Hello and good morning. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for our final Friday here in June. Um, it's been what a wonderful month June has really been for me and for many. You know, as we've been going through the month, of course, and I've heard from lots of people, and the amplified, excited kind of summer solstice energy is really taking form in so many miraculous ways in so many people's lives right now. I really feel it's, you know, if you're choosing truth and what's best for you, and you're choosing to listen to your inner compass and try to find that best, highest path, the most honest and, you know, with the least amount of BS as possible. If you're kind of like sick of the BS and just want whatever it is, let's just know what it is and let's just do the best thing and move forward. Like, if that's your mindset and that's your attitude, I feel like you're seeing a lot of blessings, a lot of miracles, a lot of momentum picking up in projects that you're doing, or people that you're around you are experiencing a lot of gifts and things working out, things coming to fruition, things finally clicking or moving into place in some kind of way. You know, versus the other side, which is really trying to still lie and hide. And it's much more difficult for them because there's a lot more light and good things happening. So they have to pick and choose their shadows and battles much more carefully. And they're much more amplified too, and you will notice they're much more triggered. The negative and the shadow is in its most extreme state right now. It's highly irritated and inflamed, and you know, any little bit of truth near it, you're gonna feel repercussions. You know, you're gonna feel them trying to get rid of that, get and keep their appearance, keep whatever lie it is, maintain whatever kind of stagnation and control things that they think they have. They're gonna try to make those, you know, keep them under their reign as much as possible. So yeah, that's really what I've been seeing happening so much in the month. Excited next week to see what we have for our new theme for the new month, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? We'll finish out our beautiful month here of June and see what the saints and angels would like to leave us with, sort of a cherry on top, maybe. Let me just take a quick sip of my drink here. Okay. So, as I mentioned, it's the final Friday of June. It's the 28th, 2024. Our theme for our whole month here has been the Knight of Pentacles. And like I talked about, ways we make our way through the world, and the way that you make your way in the world. What kind of journey are you on? What's your quest as the knight? And what's your attitude? What type of knight are you? All those kind of things have been or were the focus, you know, or should have been, or the cards were hoping for us to really focus on those things all month. So interested to see what they'll say for our final card here. Sorry, pollen season here, and it's getting to me definitely. Going to do a quick little grounding meditation so we could all become, you know, a gracious, kind audience, and really open up our mind, body, spirit vessels in order to hear and receive, you know, the particular messages that are in the card for you. Yes, the card, let me scoot this back a little. Still trying to get a good setup here in this my new space. I love my new space so much, and I'm really working to focus on all the great things about it, because there are just so many wonderful things, with just a few little quirks that are not, you know, to my liking exactly, but I'm sure they are going to smooth out as I go through the weeks and months and years here. Anyways, with that said, we're going to clean the slate, and we're going to get down to what we're here to do today. And of course, we have beautiful distractions, airport nearby, so yeah. Gotta love background noises. Let's get comfortable wherever you are. choose a nice seat or lie down if that's your thing. You can certainly do whatever it is you're doing. Like I always say, this is not a whole in-depth hypnosis. It's really just a moment that we could all ground and center and get together kind of in the thought and spirit realms and in those layers to really quiet the body in the physical place and space and kind of step out of that where we could come together and really be a good audience and, yes, be ready to hear our own unique messages that are meant for us within the card, and then also reflect on the collective message, right? And what's meant for other out there. Okay, so with that all said, and like I said, get comfortable. Now I'm really going to stop talking, I promise. Blabbing, and I'm going to get to leading. So I'm going to close my eyes, and you are welcome to as well. Get comfortable in your own way. Relax your gaze. Quiet the body. And take a few moments to connect with your breath. Breathing in and out in a way that's comfortable and relaxing to you. Take a moment to breathe in your own space, the actual air around you, where you are. Take note of the atmosphere around you. Is it humid or dry? Is it cool or warm? How does the air around you feel? What is the lighting like? And what are the background noises accompanying you in your own place and space? As we sit all together in so many different places and spaces across the world, sitting down and just noticing for a moment the particular area that you take up as you, that you've chosen, your set and setting, as I like to call it a lot. Breathe into the now, your ever-present, present moment. Breathe in that air. Those molecules are alive with infinite intelligence. They've been divinely sent by the universe, by God, by the plants around you in your room even, right over to you, to float into and inside the universe of you, to ride the wave of the breath inwards, diving deeper, passing through the body physical layer, passing through the mind's electrical layer, diving through even further into that spirit plasma layer, hitting that conscious awareness, that portal and level, the door that allows your consciousness to dive out and around into different layers of awareness, different realities, different worlds, truly, within you. Though, yes, this time we've chosen to dive down inside and find the infinite universes, galaxies, the systems and workings, the bosses and managers, so many layers of consciousness within you, for you, by you. Riding on the breath, allow your consciousness to ride with that oxygen, nitrogen, all the other things in the air around you. Energy and light and love even. It doesn't even have to have a name or a label. It could be a feeling or a sound. Riding in from the external universe, out there in the ether, the great other. It knows you. It hears what you need. What is being called forth into that deeper universe. So allow your breath to breathe it in, to pull in, to call forth, to ask and receive. All those things that you need. Notice the delicate inhale. Notice, if you can, where your inhale naturally is flowing and going. Does it move up to the head? Does it get stuck in the neck and shoulders? Is it in the upper back? Does it reach into the bottom of the lung, expanding the rib cage? Can you even pull it deeper into the pit of you, down into the belly, the diaphragm, the deep caverns and caves, all the way to the root of you, the root chakra, the base of the spine, that which meets the earth as you sit and supported by great other beneath you, Mother Earth. Feel the breath filling the whole of your torso and body, carrying inwards infinite variety of resources, filling the checklists of all those managers who work all the systems and processes within those universe within you. Work to bring the breath down to the fingers and the toes even. Visualize the inhale filling up the totality of your mind, body vessel. Feel it, the molecules expanding in the cells of the physical body. Feel it permeating through the synapses and the nerves and the electrical body. And feel it permeating further through the spirit, the plasma and the flow that keeps the whole thing pumping and moving and going, changing and flowing, moment to moment, expanding and contracting, becoming new and yet the same always. The figure 8, the beautiful spiral connecting it all. The whole of the coin that connects the head and the tail, the outward and the inward. Breathe into all of you, all the layers and the multi-dimensionality, to the places and spaces that I didn't even mention that you feel uniquely. Let each of those cracks and crevices know that God Source, Creator Consciousness, the higher power of you, is breathing in specifically for those smaller fractal pieces. It recognizes and knows them. We too. we can. Offer in that divine free service of the breath, giving surplus and abundance to all within you, all of the layers, never fearing if another breath would be there. Relax into that great knowing that there's always enough, more than enough, that you don't need to take and hoard and store for later. There is no need. Are you going to hold an inhale forever? You cannot. It expires. It must hand off and shake hands. It must release to the exhale. There's other things to do. There's those toxins to be released. There's CO2 that's called forth to our partners in life, the plants. So let go. Let it flow. Be that caring partner. Be the crutch for a moment. Hand off authority and responsibility. And just hold space as you exhale and release and let go. Let sigh out of relief if it's calling you. Notice the song of the breath that happens when you really embody the partnership that's happening with the taking in and the handing off. Resources that are needed versus things that have been used up and are discarded and need to be let go of and moved out. They have a different calling and a different use now. The attitude and atmosphere you choose for the handing off and letting go matters just as much and can be just as enjoyable, as happy, and as nourishing and positive as the taking in and as the receiving. Right? The gift of giving, right? Let us not forget. The joy of giving is the gift. Seeing the receivership, knowing your part in the cycle matters. Your gift matters. It has purpose. And how easy can you just give away those things, that CO2, all of those things within you that have no service no longer. And so, let's breathe away those things and let them go. And notice within you, like I've noticed within myself, stiffness, tightness, a bit of anchoring, a bit of restrictive wishing to hold on. That's okay, but all things must change. They do change, and only with change can we really step into and allow our true self to change and become what we must and are really. Closer to that truer image that God knows we are. That is our higher self. That is our ascended 5D light body, our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to look at that as. The destination that we are seeking to become. So lock it in. Know that it is already so. It is there. It's in the before and after. And you will return to it no doubt or fear or worry. The here and now is a set and setting we have chose for great purpose. And so embody it and own it and love it. All the ups and downs and layers. Take a moment to see yourself outside yourself, sitting where you are, in your present moment, in your set and setting. See the room you're in. Give thanks for the roof over your head, or give thanks for the beautiful outside space if you're outside. Give thanks for your body vessel, for your chosen space you walk in this time around, this life. See your direct world, those most closest to you, and those in your community nearby. See your town, city, or country, state, expanding it larger and larger as feels comfortable to you. Encircling now this whole realm, this whole world, the beautiful embrace of gratitude, of acknowledgement of the whole purpose, of a thankful encircling, of an acceptance of the whole, of the challenge, and of the great worth that it is, and that it will be when it is done. See the circle of light enlightening this entire experience. See it becoming a beautiful circle, like a ring, bright and golden, or any color that appears to you. All colors or specific is perfect for this moment. Lock it in. See it brightening and becoming a beautiful circle, like an audience gathered around a fire. As you bring your consciousness down, back into the body, become aware of your space in that audience, around that beautiful center, portal, fire, table, tree, whatever calls to you. See us gathered, waiting and open, hearts united, minds connected, spirits entangled, creating a beautiful circle of listening, of divine sovereign responsibility, accountability. There's a purpose for sitting here and listening. There's unconditional love binding and uniting us. There's wisdom connecting us. And there's honesty in the seeking of truth and our highest good that draws us all here and unites us individually and freely. We choose to sit here. We have chosen to be here, just as we choose to sit and listen to these messages. And we choose to walk away and take them with us to our own ever-present present moment, and to make them what they will be in this week to come. So again, I thank you for your presence. Take a moment to feel and wiggle your fingers and toes, to take your time batting your eyelids open. I'm going to ring my bowl here. And now take my deck out. And I will personally thank the saints and angels so much for their ever-present present moment, for their gracious audience, for their mentorship and their ever-present guidance, their gentle, nurturing embrace that they sit and witness life with us here. We thank you for your presence, and we ask our saints and angels, the ancestors and ancient ones, the ascended masters, our spirit guides, our animal guides, all those higher beings, God, Source, Mother Earth, the fairies, the elementals. So many names, beings, envisionments, different varieties that life takes form in, that love in action, that light embodies in different instruments and vessels to play life through, to experience this great mystery, the variability and possibilities, infinite intelligence of infinity playing out every possible choice. Thank you for the allowance to be a part of it, to play my piece in my role. And I thank you for all of your roles and your contributions. We ask for beautiful advice or guidance in the form of these cards to speak through to us here in this final week of June as we move into July. Individual messages and messages for the collective. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to shuffle up my cards here. Whoops. I feel a correction happening. And I think I'm going to knock and cut. Sweetness with your guardian angel. And I love we have the animals here. The color I'm wearing is similar to the colors in the background. It's one of my very favorite colors on all the spectrum, these blue, darker blue hues of indigo. And also I'll notice, there's the children outside. And children really just hearken to the sweetness and also the learning of patience and the learning of acceptance of sometimes the many varieties and flavors of sweetness and innocence and newness and differentness that just childlike essence invokes in us and children in general remind us of, and that they just play out, they just sing out so naturally, right? Sweetness, it's 87 too, my birth year, 7. And on 28-1, wow. And my life path is a 28-1, wow. And I've just been so into numerology, and of course now really, my brain is numbers. Usually numbers are really, numbers are always a part of my life, but sometimes they're a bit more on the back burner until things are particularly resonating or very repetitious. But right now I'm everything kind of doing numbers, and wow, to have 87 and the 20, today to be a 28-1 day is sweetness. And I'll say my husband, he doesn't ever call me by my name. He always calls me sweetheart. Ever forever, since we've ever been together. And my younger son was first learning to talk, and he didn't talk much. He's a very quiet child, 3 or 4 years old. But I remember a friend one time trying to get him to talk, get him prompted to talk, and how you talk to little children, and she's like, oh, and what's your mom's? And she's like, what's your name? You know, and get him to say his name and stuff. She's like, and what's your mom's name? And he's like, Mom. And she, no, not Mom, but what's her real name? And he was like, Sweetheart. And it's just like he didn't even know and doesn't, because he never called me Allie. It just thought it was so funny, you know. But sweetness, and to have all the my personal trigger, not triggers, but personal little ding ding alignments, these little light up points. And the guardian angel tells you, I love to see these cards when we don't have a specific saint or angel to be working with for the week to come. We're told to work with our own guardian angels. Wow, yeah, the resonance here is wonderful. Your guardian angel is asking you to notice and enjoy the nectar of life. You are sweet, your guardian angel says to you, and I can help you feel that happiness and joy. If you felt toughened by life experiences, your angel can help you lower your defenses and still be safe, protected, and respected. And that is the most important thing. That's the most wonderful thing, that is, and I speak from great, real 3D life experiences as well, to having felt toughened by a lot of traumatic life experiences, and to have to relearn that openness and in a safe, protected, respected way. It's just like there's such a lessons that I have personally really gone through and worked through a lot, and especially in the last 12 or so years that my husband and I have been together. Anyways, this is also a message for you to treat yourself with tender sweetness. Give yourself rewards and be kind to yourself. Are you pushing too hard with an all work and no play approach to life? Be a sweetheart to yourself and take some leisure time to play and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your guardian angel will also help to bring sweetness into your relationships in ways such as speaking with love, acting out of kindness, being generous, giving sincere compliments, and being thoughtful. As you show this extra consideration for others, it's sure to be returned to you plentifully. God and the angels are helping you fall back in love with life and enjoy its rich sweetness. Fall back in love with life. And I'm reminded again about what I spoke about before about the childlike essence. And stepping back and healing my inner child and learning about rekindling that relationship, allowing it, recharging it, and then learning to really live in it and learn from what I can from embracing that childlike essence within myself these last few years has really grown like seeds and rooted and then been sprouted, and it's really turning into a beautiful blossom for me now. So if it's new to you or if you're struggling with that, I so encourage you to take this week to just give yourself little tiny gifts of sweetness. Just try to be nice to yourself. Try to do things that you enjoy to do, even if it's just for a moment here and there. Try to tap into the childlike essence in yourself, and also try out being sweet to others, which is a whole other scope of the lessons in itself, which of course I have many personal experience and practice points with that as well. And that's an ever-changing, evolving practice that it's so wonderful direct life, because you have sort of the gym you're always at the gym in that practice, and you can always get a little bit of exercise, because generally we usually always have people around us that you can work towards that compassion point and that great kind of golden rule as to treat others how do you like to be treated, right? And really hearkening into and remembering that each other is a reflection not only of ourselves, but a reflection of God and a reflection of that great divine spark and flame that is life, and that is the choice to be alive. So if anything, try to hearken into that beautiful flame of sovereignty this week in your heart center. and the sweetness that you can find there. Yeah. I've gone a little longer this morning. Wow, I just noticed the time. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Final Friday. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day or evening wherever in the world you are. Have a beautiful weekend as well. And I'll see you next week for our first Friday reading for July. Or maybe if it isn't even June to you, hey, happy day to you, and hope to see you in the future as well. Yeah, catch you next time.